Hey guys, welcome back to the DrCliffAuD vlog. This is vlog number 44, and just like I promised last week, today's video is going to be about the news report that was put out there by Channel 3 News, who came out to interview me in my clinic about these online hearing aids that are being sold, not just here in Arizona, but really nationwide. But just to give you a quick update here, it was aired last Monday, so I will go ahead and link that video in the description below. It was a really short piece. It was about 2 minutes long. I made a short cameo inside of that video, but they actually took some footage from my YouTube videos that I've done on some online hearing aid companies that are scamming consumers out of money. Now, if you did not see last week's video, basically the whole premise of this was that the Attorney General here in Arizona, Brnovich, actually sent out a press release a couple weeks ago talking about how their office has received hundreds of phone calls from consumers who've been scammed by these online hearing aid companies. Now, I use the term hearing aid very loosely because oftentimes these companies are just selling a cheap amplifier. But nonetheless, when consumers are essentially paying money for these products, and the products that they're getting in return are pieces of junk that are basically just sourced from China for a few bucks, and they're sold for hundreds and almost thousands of dollars here in the United States. It's something that actually is newsworthy, and in my opinion, I think that a lot of these companies should actually be served lawsuits for what they're doing. Now, I want to talk specifically about a particular company that I think is the worst perpetrator of these crimes against individuals with hearing loss. And everything that I'm going to say from here on out is my opinion, but I believe that someday has the potential that these companies are going to have to answer for the things that they're doing to consumers. And the thing that has kind of prompted my discussion right now was that I actually received a message on Facebook for the new fractional CMO, or the Chief Marketing Officer for Nano hearing aids. And I will go ahead and kind of put that up over here so you can read along with me. He says, "Hi, Dr. Cliff. My name is Mike Volkin. I am the new fractional CMO for Nano hearing aids. Before you delete this email, I just want to say I come in peace. I truly appreciate your desire to inform the hearing loss community about your insights. Your videos are very high quality. We have recently updated our CIC hearing aid and would love to send you a Nano CIC Ultra. I would also like to send you our BTE models like the Sigma and the X2R. I've only been with the company for a couple of weeks, but upon my hire, Nano was finishing a long innovation update to their products, and I believe you will be happy with the changes. Would it be okay if I send you the new models for reevaluation? As you can imagine, your videos are important to us as your reviews are damaging to our reputation, so we want to make sure that you're happy." Now, I truly believe that this Mike Volkin guy is coming from the right place. I think that he wants me to reevaluate their products, but I don't think he has a full understanding of the history of Nano and what they've actually been doing. I have to assume he's seen my videos, and he has to have some idea that this company is likely scamming consumers like crazy, at least from day one. If you go to their website now, they've gotten significantly better with that, but it doesn't change the fact that they actually served me and said a cease and desist and told me to stop talking about their products, saying that I was getting paid to do bad reviews of their products, which is absolutely not the case. Now, if you go to their website, you'll notice that they do not have any bad reviews of their products, but it only takes you a 2-second Google search to find their Better Business Bureau listing, which, by the way, they had their accreditation removed, and it takes a lot to get your accreditation removed from the Better Business Bureau, because basically all they want is your money. I trust Better Business Bureau not at all for anything that is accredited by the BBB. That being said, they're consumer reviews, so consumers can actually post reviews on their platform, and they will leave negative reviews up about particular companies. And this is what you find about Nano hearing aids. Now, a side note here, Nano hearing aids operates out of Arizona, and this is why I believe the Attorney General had to release a statement here inside of Arizona, because one of the companies that I think is one of the biggest perpetrators of taking advantage of consumers is right here in Arizona. So what I'm really hoping is that the Attorney General here in this state actually files charges against Nano and tries to get them shut down. Now, when it really comes down to it, Nano probably sells some products that are amplifiers that could benefit some individuals with hearing loss to some degree. However, I do not consider these hearing aids because they cannot be custom programmed. You can verify that they're giving some level of amplification, but you can't make adjustments to them to actually match a prescriptive target for someone with hearing loss. Now, if you looked at my Nano CIC hearing aid review compared to a cheap Alibaba amplifier, you'll find that the volume control on that device doesn't actually work. All it has is a low and high volume setting. You can't even custom dial in the volume setting. You either have to max out the volume entirely or you have to drop off the volume entirely. But the reason that I do not like this company a lot is because anytime that you read a review or anytime that I receive a complaint from a consumer, and this happens a lot, the thing that happens is they order these products, they get them, they're a piece of junk, they don't work well for them, they want to send them back, and they send them back and they never get a refund unless they hound them over and over and over again, and sometimes that doesn't even work. I will link another news article that was done, or a news piece that was done in Kansas City by an individual who received hearing aids from Nano. They sent them back and they would never get a refund. Well, magically, after the news report was run, this individual did get their money back. In fact, when I was doing a review of the Nano product and I sent it back for a refund after I got done with the review, it took several emails for them to finally give us a refund. And I believe that the only reason that they did is because when we sent the product back to them, we required that there was signature upon delivery. So we actually had proof that they had received it. Now, I want to say this again. I think that this Mike Volkan guy is probably a pretty good guy. I mean, he has a marketing company and companies go and hire him. And so I think that Nano has hired him to come in and run their marketing. And I can't believe in good conscience that this individual knows what this company is actually responsible for. I mean, if he would just look at the Better Business Bureau reviews of consumers who've been taken advantage of over and over and over again. And I have some insider info that there may be some class action lawsuits against this company coming down. I can't verify that, but I have some insider information on that. I just don't see how it would be possibly good for this individual to get involved with Nano. And on top of that, even if he does a great job from a marketing standpoint and people end up buying their products, I don't think he's fully aware of the low quality of customer service and quality of care that Nano is giving to their customers. So I have a favor to ask. I want you to reach out to this Mike Volkan guy on his Facebook, on his LinkedIn, or whatever. And if you've had a bad experience with Nano, let him know of your experience so he is fully aware of what he's getting himself into. Because the last thing that I want is for this guy who probably has a reputable marketing company to tarnish his name by working with a company of scammers. All right, guys, obviously this topic fires me up, and a lot of people get upset with my opinion about these online hearing aids, or rather these online amplifiers. But if cost is a concern for you, don't go and spend hundreds of dollars on these pieces of junk. That hearing aid that I did, they still sell it on their website, and they've actually increased their pricing on it. So I bought a $20 amplifier off of Alibaba, and that thing produced almost identical to Nano's hearing aid that I reviewed. Now, I ended up purchasing that hearing aid for something like $400 or like $398, something like that. Then they reduced their price down to $249, buy one get one free. But now they're selling that same exact product. Let's see if I can find it. The Nano CIC digital hearing aid. They're selling it for $597. I don't know if you can see that there, but $597 they are selling this cheap amplifier for. Now, I've also purchased products that are around the $30 to $60 range on Amazon that are virtually identical. And when you realize that this product doesn't work for you, you can actually send it back to Amazon and they will give you a refund, as opposed to what we've seen with Nano, where hundreds of people are reporting that they are returning their devices because they don't work or they stop working after a few days, and they cannot get a hold of anybody, or if they do get a hold of somebody, they give them the runaround until their 45-day money-back guarantee time period runs out. So do yourself a favor. If you're going to be buying hearing aids online, fine, go ahead, do it. I don't care. Chances are they're not even hearing aids, they're just generic amplifiers that just boost the volume of everything. But at the end of the day, if you want to buy them, go ahead and buy them. Just buy them from a place that you know that you'll be able to return them and get your money back. Okay guys, I have ranted enough here today. This video will probably be some kind of fodder for Nano to send me another cease and desist letter, which I absolutely welcome. And hopefully they end up suing me so we can bring all of this information to light on what this company is doing to consumers with hearing loss. But as always, I will see you next week.